Hi, welcome everyone to Coleman Report Live, April 28th edition. We have Brent Cholino from NewTek and Katie Witsucky, our editor. How you doing, Brent?
I'm doing good. I'm live here from Washington, D.C.
Yeah. Brent is the Senior Vice President of Risk and Operations for NewTek Business Services. He's going to give us some insight into what they've been doing and working on. First off, we're going to do a poll that we should have done yesterday, but this might be a little bit more timely. Is your institution capable of getting E-Tran loans submitted? These should be interesting results. And for you guys on the phone, 68% yes, 25% no, and 8. I don't know. What do you think about that, Brent?
Well, I think, everybody's been battling with the E-Tran and did it go in and did it not go in. We were trying to use the bulk when they changed from the 15,000 to the 5,000 because we were, around 6,000. So we went with the bulk side, but it's a lot of people had a lot of different ways of accessing E-Tran. Some still have systems that do the loan processing, but then they got to manually put into E-Tran. Some people have a direct bridge into E-Tran, and then some people just too much to do. So this bulk option was open. So we tried to use the bulk option, or did use the bulk option.
The agency just came out with this. Robotic processing automation may not be used for PPP. So a lot of lenders were able to create automated systems to submit these loans into E-Tran, and that no longer is the case. I think it's a manual submission process. Right, Kate? I mean, that just came out.
That's my understanding too. Mm-hmm. And they're saying that we can still use the application programming interface, but not this robotic processing automation.
Yeah. Let's see. Things are moving fast. So we have a couple things for you guys. We spoke unofficially. They're trickling to a 350 application per hour into E-Tran, and that's not successful submissions. That's all submissions.
And that's per lender, right, Joe?
Per lender, correct. So that means that I think if you do the math, that it roughly equates to $3 billion per hour, which extends the time that everybody expected it to exhaust 48 hours to 96 hours, lasting it through the week. The Wall Street Journal reported that 100,000 loans were submitted successfully yesterday, and I think the entire industry thought it was going to be a lot more than that. Right, Brent?
Yes, absolutely. I know we did 340, 350 million in the first round, and we're targeting to get to 540 to 550 in the second round. So but again, there's a bottleneck here in getting through, and we're not sure if each lender's quota, how they're setting collars on either what they're processing or percentage of the gross dollars or whatever. I guess E-Tran's running a lot of different logic checks, I guess.
Yeah. Katie, give us an update. What came out yesterday, the interim final rule, right after the show ended, right?
Yeah, just maybe less than half an hour after the show ended yesterday, they sent out an interim final rule. This is from Treasury, telling us that we can use an alternative form of calculating the maximum loan amount for PPP loans that are issued to seasonal employers. And the reason for that is they were noticing that the default was for about a 12-week period starting February 15th, 2019, and using that as the calculations. But they also had the option of allowing a 12-week period between March 1st, 2019 and June 30th, 2019. And of course, what they're now looking at is, hey, this might be lasting into the summer. This might be affecting later in the summer kind of businesses maybe that capitalize on pools or outdoor activities and things like that. And so what they've decided to do is they're now extending that so you could have any 12-week period between May 1st, 2019 and September 15th, 2019 as that period that you use to calculate the maximum loan amount for seasonal employers. And that doesn't exclude still using the February 15th option as well. You can still continue to use that option. And then, of course, we already talked about it a little bit yesterday, but there was also the 7-page guide on how to calculate loan amounts for other business types. And it went into detail for each type of business and how we calculate the maximum loan amount for each type. And that's also very helpful. So this is just adding on to that a little bit for seasonal employers.
Brent, this could be for you. With the economic injury disaster loans open for new applications, have you done those? Are you doing them, or have you done anything about it? Okay.
No, we're not doing any of that. And I thought under this new plan there was new commitments for that program separate from this program, but I don't know exactly how it's going. It's been I'll be honest with you, I was calling around yesterday to follow up on the XML. I wound up calling into the disaster center. I have some ex-employees that are working there, and they are very responsive. They're trying to help, but it is a little sketchy on the detail of how that's working.
Would you say all hands on deck for the PPP round? I mean, that seems,
But I know their call center has been up and at least trying to be, helpful. I mean, I got live people on the line. I didn't have a long wait, and they're extremely helpful. But I think guidance is a little sketchy, thin, I'll call it, not sketchy, thin.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of, as everybody knows that's listening, you're getting into interpretations, you're getting into formulas, people are starting to think about forgiveness. How do you calculate, this 12-week period? What if you don't have a full-time equivalent? There's a lot of different questions going in. And a lot of people trying to decide, well, I got PPP money, but I really have an economic injury. Should I really be going for the economic injury side? And unfortunately, everybody's run to the PPP side of the boat. And I think, folks will catch up, hopefully, to give guidance on that. But I really don't have a solid grasp on the economic injury side of it.
Right. Yeah. Getting some comments that the EIDL portal is still closed until they work through the PPP backlog. Okay. So there we go. And EIDL is not accepting applications, so that SBA can work through the backlog. Yeah. Thank you, guys. And again, our audience is very well in tune, and we I was reading about this last night. We want to dedicate a portion of the show to the healthcare workers that are working in back east in DC and New York. LA is a different story. It's definitely, I took a friend to the airport yesterday. It was completely empty. However, it's not as drastic as back east, and we wanted to just take some time to do that. Brent, it's bizarre times, and appreciate you coming on and giving us your story for New Tech. So, Katie, we will keep up to date, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hey, Joe, I would say let's thank all those people out there working for these lenders, trying to do the best they can too. So,
absolutely.
Everybody's out there trying. So, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern. Bye.
Bye-bye.